Tactical idiot deployed.
Well, it's that time of the year again. Every loser's least favorite holiday, Valentine's Day. The holiday where people who don't play Sonic Adventure 2 see some action. I'm currently home alone. My roommate is currently on a date. Or maybe it was a double date? I don't remember. Oh well. Now, I could make the effort to meet someone and go on one of those dates, but talking to women is scary. Women, if you could please stop being scary to talk to, that would be great. Anyways, relationships. You know that thing that happens when two or more people love each other more than platonically? Well, apparently it's so good, or we just suck so bad at it, that they made games out of it. Dating sims are actually a subgenre of visual novels. Visual novels date all the way back to 1982 with Mystery House on the Apple II. While Mystery House is often credited as the first visual novel, it shares more elements with its text adventure predecessors, and it wouldn't be until the early 90s with games like Snatcher and Metal Shade Glory that we'd see visual novels that are more akin to what we see today. The way visual novels did storytelling by making you the main character was honestly brilliant. It opened the door for experiences that most other video games couldn't and in some ways have yet to replicate. Unfortunately, making the player the main character meant that it didn't take long for the visual novel genre to become an absolute goonfest. While there are still a lot of non-dating sim visual novels out there, some of which having immaculate storytelling, the genre is just overflowing with Seriously, just go to the visual novel tab on Steam. There's more boobies there than on most adult websites. And for research purposes, of course, I've gathered a fine assortment of dating sims. Don't judge me, you think I'm proud of this? I am upset that I lack the imagination to make this game up. I love you, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator. This is real. This is an official KFC product. The game starts with this beautifully animated opening that really isn't a good representation of what the game actually is, because you have to remember, this is an ad first, a game second. The KFC Dating Sim was released back in 2019 as a promotion for the new Mac and Cheese Bowl. It's like the Mashed Potato Bowl, but with less suck. So starting up the game, first we need to pick our name. Well, a food-themed name seems appropriate for a food-themed game. I named myself Beans, in all caps apparently. I didn't do that. This game is pretty short, like less than an hour short, so it doesn't take long for the ball to get rolling. We're very quickly introduced to the colorful cast of characters. There's our best friend Miriam, the typical awkward girl who has been your best friend since childhood. Then there's rival number 1, Ashley, but it's spelled with extra letters to make herself feel special. She's the typical nutcase whose sole purpose is to watch you fail. And then there's rival 2, Van Van the Man Man, who might be a JoJo parody, but I can't tell. There's also Pop, a gross homunculus of a child, Clank, a literal pressure cooker, Unnamed Student, the dog Professor Sprinkles, and him. Old Sanders himself. In any normal dating sim with a vast cast of characters, any one of them would be up for grabs, or at least the ones that mattered. Our first major choice in this game is when we get to class and we have to choose between sitting next to Miriam or Colonel Sanders, and I have played enough Doki Doki Literature Club to know what happens if we don't pick our childhood best friend. But that is where the issue of this game begins to arise. The choice was nothing more than a ruse, a red herring. The next time a decision comes up like this, the game pulls a G-Man, and instead of giving me the illusion of choice, it takes the liberty of choosing for me, and drops my lifeless body off at the feet of Colonel Sanders. The rest of the game is just KFC executives holding a gun to your head until you swallow Colonel Sanders' popcorn chickens, if you know what I mean. Like I said, this was an ad first, game second. On the surface, it looks nice and pretty, but under the hood, it's made to be quick and easy. Like fast food. It's a real shame that this game is more linear than a 2D Sonic game, because the writing and comedy of this game is perfect. It's that level of stupid that I love. This game gives you no breathing room. One second you're fighting a spork monster, the next Colonel Sanders is tucking you into bed. I feel like if KFC were to go back and make this a full-blown dating sim, it would actually be really good as both a meme and a legit game. But as it stands, it's just a meme meant to sell chicken. I give it a mac and cheese bowl out of 10. Well, that was a bust, but I can't expect anything less from a game made by a chicken restaurant. So maybe I should try a game with an actual anime schoolgirl on the cover. Next up, we got Senra Kagura Reflections. I've done many things in my life. Not particularly proud of this one. In Senra Kagura, you're alone in a classroom with a girl named Asuka, and she's got something to tell you. Use reflectology to butter her up and get her to confess her love for you. Yep, just slap her tits around until she tells you she loves you. I felt gross while playing this at times. Sometimes it was so absurd that I couldn't help but laugh, but it was overshadowed by the embarrassment I felt while playing. Even though I'm home alone, I fear someone walking in on me, and even after I think that I've seen it all.
先輩、ありがとうございました。とっても気持ちよかったです。
According to the tags on Steam, there's nudity in this game. But I didn't play long enough to see that. I got one ending and I shut the game off. Now, while this game is the closest I will ever come to being physical with a woman, something about all this just didn't feel right. Maybe it was because they forced me to use the Joy-Cons, or maybe it was because the game dropped me in front of a girl who already liked me and I didn't have to do anything besides slap some milkers. Alright, I got one last game, and... I'm pretty sure just looking at the Steam store page for this game is a one-way ticket to hell. This is Honey Pop, easily one of the most infamous dating sims and Candy Crush clones out there, and this game has a slew of issues right out of the gate. First up, the game corrupted its own files when I tried going into full screen. The tutorial pissed me off, the stupid fairy just wouldn't shut up and let me play. Seriously, tutorials like this are heaps annoying. Game devs, take notes please. But yeah, other than that, you just track girls like a creep, talk to them, and play crappy Candy Crush. While being the most involved game, Honey Pop manages to be the most boring. The only thing that kept me going was being in a Discord call with a friend. You want the sundae?
I am gonna get so fat.
Oh.
Oh, just man, that would work very well for this guy.
Shut up! It's literally just buttering up girls, play a piss-easy minigame, then get laid. The dialogue is cringy, your character is kind of a terrible person, half the girls you talk to were terrible people, except all blue hair and pronouns. I liked her. But I really just didn't enjoy my time with this game. In the end, dating sims are kinda dumb. Not visual novels as a whole, games like Doki Doki Literature Club, The Murderer Sonic the Hedgehog, they get a chef's kiss. And I guess KFC can get a pass since it's just a meme, but as a whole, dating sims just appeal to gooners. Sure, there's ones that don't, but they get absolutely buried in the cesspit that is this genre. So, what's my conclusion? I wasted my time. Yep, wasted my time. Total waste of my evening. I wonder if Rose's evening was any better.